Hey everybody, how's it going? Thanks for watching this episode of Riff with Cliff. My name's Cliffhanger, good friend Mark behind the camera, and we're having a fantastic, hilarious morning. Lots of cool stuff happening. I have some really cool things to show you today. A vintage guitar that was just traded in yesterday, but first, before we get into that, I just want to thank you guys all for watching and let you know that we do take trades. We're taking them in every day. This one was just traded in. But if you have a piece of gear or a guitar or a bass or an amp that you are not using, or you just are ready to upgrade to something else, bring it in. You know, we'll make you an offer and we'd be happy to take a look. But people are doing it every day and I think you should too. All right, come on over here. I want you to see this. This is a very, very cool guitar. Vintage guitar from 1964. 1964. I wasn't even a thought. My dad was 2 years old when this thing was built.
Well, let's go. Let's see it. Whoa.
Awesome, right? Firebird III from 1964. And it is absolutely killer. This is the original case. They had the yellow interior on these cases. It's, you know, a bigger case. And check this out. We have some old school strings. Look at this old school cable. Strap. Very cool. This guitar is absolutely fantastic. It's not one that you see all the time. It's a pretty rare piece. Lady just traded in yesterday, and her husband had owned this guitar. I'm guessing his name was Jim, since that says Jim right there.
Be awkward if it didn't.
Yeah, that would be kind of awkward. We don't want to take that off, though, because I think if you take that off, it's so old that even if we took these letters off, you'll still see the outline of Jim. Jim will always be with us because it's just aged around that, you know? So let's plug it in, and I'll go all over this guitar and show you what I know about it. I'm just going to be running into a Blues Junior 3 because that's a fantastic way to demo. So the way that this guitar sounds is like this. So, some interesting things about this. At Firebirds, they have a different setup than a Les Paul. You got volume, tone, tone. So right now I'm using this pickup, which by the way is a mini humbucker. We'll go over that in a second. But this pickup is controlled with this volume and this tone. So with the volume and tone all the way up, then we can roll back the tone. Very drastically different sounds versus if I go into this pickup and then roll back the tone. Very, very unique, cool sounds. Now, mini humbuckers are typically not as loud as a full-size humbucker, but they have a little bit more clarity, and I've always been a fan of that. I think I really got into it with some old-school Thin Lizzy stuff, seeing them do that, and on some Les Paul Supremes and things of that nature. But this guitar has all that. It has some really cool wear going on. That's some real checking just from it being old. It's got some nicks and dings on it, but to me that adds flavor. That adds character to the guitar. Some battle stories, if you will. And it's not so bad. It's not, you know, beat to hell or anything like that. It's definitely playable. In the rosewood on the fingerboard itself, there is some wear. And I can actually feel the wear. I love that. That means that Jim here loved this guitar and he played the crap out of it. You have the tuning keys through the back of the headstock on these. Some of the modern ones do have them where they're coming up, but the 64, it's got it through there. There's several different models. The rarest one would be like a Firebird 1, which would be like a 1 pickup. Like I said, this is a 3-2 pickup, and this one has a lightning bar here with this tailpiece. Now, if you didn't want to string it like that, you don't have to. You could actually go through here, and I hope you can see on the camera, but you could put your string through here and do a wrap over if you didn't want to use the tailpiece with the trim arm. But the way that this one we have set up here is using that just so you can have that. And then the Firebird itself has just been worn off from years of play, and it's just awesome. I just really wanted to show this off because it's not every day you get something like this traded in. Cool. I love vintage instruments. They always have a nice flavor and a feel to them, and I think that you guys would enjoy this as well. Guaranteed not to last. If you're a collector and you're interested in this, you better act quickly because it's gonna go. It's gonna go. We have it priced at $8,000. If you have any questions on it, please give us a call, 813-254-8880. Be happy to answer them. You just ask for Clifford or ask for Kent as well because he is a vintage specialist and he knows all this stuff. He sold these guitars when they were new, and I'm sure he'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Also, comment, message, you know the deal. We'll keep it going on social media as well, or if you just want to nerd out over this guitar in general, that's what we're here for. Be sure to join our Facebook group, Plank Spankers, where we share the dankest guitar memes or just talk about things going on in the industry in general. I appreciate you guys watching. My name's Cliffhanger. Mark, thank you so much, man. You're always awesome. And we'll see you guys the next time that I see you. Just going to keep jamming a little bit. And I'll see ya.